2, 1.
Okay, hi, and welcome back to the pod. So, what is the sexiest thing a guy can do? For me, personally, I know all girls are different, and that's whatever. But for me, the sexiest thing that a man can do is be a cowboy. Like, honestly and truly, I don't know what it is, but I just think, like, the grit. Oh, God, cowboys, huh? Okay, like, this is my opinion and whatever else. I am like really this is the sexiest thing a man can do in my opinion. Let's clarify. I just love like big trucks, like grit, muscle, because I think for women it really is the whole package. Like you can be the hottest guy ever, but like if you're a loser, then we just don't want you. Like women really require the whole fantasy. Like we need a storyline, we need like a fantasy. And that's like the same thing with our sex drive and everything. Like if we just see a dick, like just straight up, it's kind of like disgusting. Like we're like, ew, what the fuck? Like if we get sent a dick pic, like that's just not hot. Whereas like if dudes get sent like a picture of tits, like that's just hot. They don't care whose tits they are. Like it can literally be like, it doesn't matter for men. But women, we require a whole backstory. So we need to like complete the fantasy. And to us, like cowboys drive big trucks and they have big muscles and they can round up a bunch of horses and they just seem really hot. And so like I think the closest thing to cowboys, like where I am, because I don't live in Calgary, would probably be like a guy who works with his hands, like the trades. Like I just need a man to be able to do things. And like when they can't, I'm like, you're not fulfilling the fantasy here. Like I really like quote unquote manly men, which a ton of my friends are just not into. Like they like the artsy, mysterious poet because that's their fantasy. But for me, I don't know, maybe I just watched like Brokeback Mountain one too many times as a kid, and I was like, damn, those cowboys, huh? I think that's just like it. Like, I need a guy who drives a truck, who can build something, who I can call and who can, all in all, protect me, okay? Because that's what it's all about. Like, I guess a girl just wants to feel protected and safe at the end of the day. But, okay, there are the girls who are really into, like, the finance boys. Like, I don't really like a guy in a suit. That's the truth. Like, I don't need you to, like, clean up. I like you, like, scruffy and all dirty. That's my gig. Okay, I guess there's girls out there who really like certain types of sports. So let's go over, like, I guess what sport has the most sex appeal. For me, baseball is kind of hot, I guess. I mean, other than bull riding, I do think, like, baseball, I'm not really into, like, the football players, to be honest. Like, they can actually be hot. Like, Friday Night Lights is a pretty hot movie. Most part, it's just, like, the shoulder pads, the helmet. It's hard for me to get, like, a good grasp. Like, if anything, I like rugby players. I think it's, like, a little bit more, like, tough. Baseball, actually, you can be, like, really fat and still play baseball. Like, you don't have to be, like, fit. But it's just something about the laziness and the smoking and the chewing tobacco in baseball where I'm kind of like, I can get around this. Hockey is a no for me. I don't like hockey players. It's not hot to me. I know they're tough, but maybe it's just because I grew up with a lot of hockey players. I don't like hockey players, okay? I'm sorry. Not that it's not hot, because I think like 90% of women think that hockey players are like the standard for sex. But it's just never really been my gig because I know hockey players. So it's just not it. Okay, polo. Polo is a hot sport because I like associate that with, I guess like wealth. But like now I'm totally contradicting myself. Like those men are not, but whatever, I guess the money's like a hot thing. But yeah, I would say like rugby is like sexy. Okay, but here's my thing. This is going to piss a lot of people off, but I've said it before. In other countries, like, the image that we have of like the tough guy, like the hot like cowboy, or like Jack from like A Star Is Born, or like the country singer who's just like sex, that like doesn't exist in other countries. Like, let's take England for example, where nobody drives a pickup truck. So I don't even really know what's going on there. Like, if you are the toughest guy, like, you still get in a minivan. Like, and what they consider tough over there is like bar fights. So like, you get in this like crazy bar fight, mate, and then you drive home in your little Toyota Prius. Like, they don't have, it's just different. Like, I don't know what they're like, what the toughest men in England are like, because to me, I'm like, well, they're all city boys, right? Like, that's, maybe I have the wrong opinion, but I'm just thinking they've gotta all be city boys. Like, England just seems like city boys, and even if they like are in the country, like, I still don't see that, like, they're not riding horses. I really don't think. Can someone from England, like, please, are they riding horses out there? Are they herding? They're herding cattle, but they're kind of just like shepherd boys. Oh my God, y'all gonna hate me. I think what really pushes an English boy into the next realm of hotness is sports. Like, that's how they show their toughness, is like a rugby player is tough as nails and they're hot, but do they drive home in like their little minivans? Yes. But actually, maybe by the time I am not judging men on their hotness on the cars that they drive, but it's the whole package for me. Like I'm saying at the beginning, like, I really do need the whole fantasy. You can drive like a beat up truck, you can drive an old shitty car, but it kind of does go with your personality. Like, it's the whole fantasy for me. This isn't a perfect world. I have dated guys with really ugly, not hot cars, okay? So, but now I'm just like, if I'm picturing what the hottest person in the world is, yeah, they're driving like a really nice truck. GMC to be exact, okay? So back to like, does England or Ireland have like tough, gritty men? Because I think like even their toughest guys are really just renowned for bar fights. Like, that's what makes a man. I'm not grouping Ireland and England together, okay? I know that they are separate, okay? But I'm just saying it's kind of that whole like European thing where I'm getting it. But then like Scottish people are kind of the exception. They are men through and through. I don't care what type of car they drive. It doesn't really matter. Like, Scottish men wear a fucking skirt and they are still like, whew, damn. Like, I've always said, I think the Scottish accent is definitely the hottest. I'm not sure why, but it is. And like, I think every girl can say that. It's just like, something about it is like sexy. And then we get into like Vikings and things like that, but I don't even know if like Vikings really exist anymore. Like, if you go to those like Scandinavian, Norwegian companies, if you go to the Scandinavian or Norwegian companies, Finnish companies, if you go to IKEA, I don't know if the men are really like Vikings anymore. I don't know. I need to go, I guess, but I'm still picturing them as city boys. Like, all of Europe to me, everywhere that's not America, Australia, Canada, it's all city boys to me, which is fine. Like, there's such an appeal for that, but I don't see cowboys. Actually, Mexico has cowboys. So, and also, okay, South America is now different. They have gritty men. They drive trucks down there. So, but really, Europe, Asia, yeah, all city boys, which is fine. It's just, I need like you to be able to throw me in the back of a pickup truck, okay? Also, the outfits for rugby are like really hot, like the little shorts, like, what a look, huh? They really know how to dress. Yeah, I think football honestly does have the ugliest outfits. Like, it's just, why are you wearing so much padding? Like, I get it's a contact sport, but it just doesn't look cute. Like, we need to bring back the gladiator outfits. Like, okay, Christian Bale in Gladiator, that's the man I'm talking about, okay? Like, that is sexy. And again, it's the whole fantasy. It's the whole package. It's, foreplay isn't just what happens 30 minutes before sex. Foreplay is literally what you've done your whole life. For women, it is. Like, we really have to consider everything. We need to make sure that, like, you are sexy. It's just the body is not enough. You can be really hot, you can be fit, you can be in shape, but we're counting on personality. And men really don't want anything to do with the personality. They are counting on the body. So who made this sick and twisted game, okay? Why are men and women attracted to each other? And I'm gonna have to get my gay friends on the pod because, this is something crazy. It's like men are visually attracted to things, okay? Like, they see a pair of tits and they're attracted to tits. They visually are attracted to things. And like I said before, like, women, it's not really about the visual. Like, we can date the ugliest, fuggliest man in the world, but if he makes us laugh, we are like, drop the panties. But now gay men are a very interesting, exception to the rule, because they are attracted to men, but not in the same way that women are attracted to men. They are visually attracted to men. So anytime you see a guy doing like an underwear campaign or something like that, like, it is honestly pretty much for gay men. Like, gay men are like, holy fuck. And if it's an actress that the woman knows and she has seen him play in movies before, she is also like, damn. But if we just see a guy like all oiled up and glossed up standing like next to a horse topless, we kind of just like giggle at it. Like, it's not hot to us, unless it's an actor that we have a crush on because we've gotten to know his personality. Okay, a perfect example of this is like when you go to the Thunder Down Under or a Magic Mike show. Like, it really is just jokes. Like, it's funny to women. Like, no girl is going up there like, damn, like, I'm so dripping wet, like, for Magic Mike. Like, we're going there with our girlfriends and we're laughing our asses off and it's hilarious, okay? Whereas men would go to a strip show like that and genuinely think that they are going home with the women that night. Like, yeah. And that's why gay men come into the picture and they would maybe go to like a Magic Mike show or something and be 100% down with fucking any of the dancers on stage. Which I love for gay men. It's so fun. But I do notice, like, with my gay friends, we have a total different attraction to men because men and women are different. My opinion, okay? But this is just what I've come to know. Yeah, okay, so Scott, let me just ramble on a little bit more if you're interested in this. Let's go back to accents. Scottish, hot accent. And there's different fantasies that you go through in your life. Like, sometimes you are really attracted to the manly man, and then sometimes you just want that like mysterious Italian boy that you meet on a school trip that you end up singing with him in the Coliseum, aka Lizzie McGuire movie. Like, sometimes that boy on a little moped is fucking sexy. But I would say, for any advice of what the sexiest thing a guy could do, I would just say, honestly, God, I was going to say, like, be confident, but like, shut up. I don't care. Like, confidence is not something you can be. Either you are or you aren't. So develop a skill. I'm going to say, yeah, girls like dudes with skills. Like, Napoleon Dynamite was not lying. Develop a skill. This can be like literally anything. Like, you can paint toy airplanes. You just need to have a hobby that's not video gaming, because that is the least sexiest thing to a girl, unfortunately, but keep doing it if you love it. Don't let like women rule your life, okay? Like, if you like playing video games, just keep doing it. But get like some random ass side hobby on the side and get like really into it. And then like if a girl asks you like, oh, what do you do? And you're like, well, I actually paint toy airplanes and I really like it. Like, that right there sounds hot. Like, a girl is like, oh my God, like, he paints toy airplanes. Like, isn't that cute? Trust me, you could literally have any skill and girls will think it's hot. That's pretty much where it's at. So yeah, skills. And like, looks are totally secondary. Women do not care about looks. Like, Okay, guys, I'm not harping on Shane Gillis here. I absolutely adore and love Shane Gillis. Like, Shane Gillis is hot because he does comedy, okay? But let's, like, say Shane Gillis was Walmart checkout boy. You wouldn't look up at him, okay? You wouldn't think, oh my God, I have such a crush on that Walmart checkout boy. But then you go on a date with Shane Gillis, Walmart checkout boy, and he makes you laugh, and he's fucking hilarious, and he tells you on his time or whatever he is trying out comedy. All of a sudden, you are in love with the Shane Gillis who was the Walmart checkout boy, okay? And I'm not saying that Shane Gillis isn't physically attractive, because he has the comedy. It makes him physically attractive, okay? And, like, that's nothing towards his looks. Like, I'm not harping on him and saying that he's not, like, beautiful. I am saying that, like, women need the whole package. What makes girls drool over Shane Gillis now is that he is this, like, really successful comedian, and he had these skills and he honed in on them. So you can be, okay, I don't even want to, like, associate, moving on from Shane Gillis, because I'm not calling him ugly, okay? Next. What I am saying is that you can just be you, but develop some random ass skill and girls are gonna froth over you, okay? Like, that's the truth. Now, for women, it literally doesn't matter. As long as you have a good pair of tits, men do not care what you do. I'm not kidding. And even if you don't have a good pair of tits, like, if you've got an ass, like, whatever, men literally almost think it's hot if you don't have ambitions. I don't know, but like, you could be 35 working at a bakery and somehow a guy is like, oh my God, she has beautiful tits and she works at a bakery. Also, bakery is kind of a hot job, so I don't mean that, but fuck, I shouldn't have even said bakery. I don't mean that. I like girls who work at bakeries. Like, that's a hot job. I mean, okay, you can work at, I don't know. You can work at a shoe store, okay? You can work at Foot Locker and have a great set of tits, and guys will be like, oh my God, the hottest chick works at Foot Locker, and they'll ask her out on a date. They don't need you to be rich. They don't need anything from you. And unfortunately, in this case, men have it a little bit harder because women just need more. That's it, which I'm not afraid to say, okay? I think, like, working in the trades is really hot because it's a skill, okay? That's, like, what it comes down to. Yeah, and that's straight up sex appeal. Skills are sex appeal. Yeah, don't try too hard at anything. Just, like, say that you have a hobby and it's fucking cute and hot, okay? And then girls are gonna want to sleep with you, and yeah. Because, trust me, like, have I had a piece of hair in my mouth the whole time? Okay. Well, yeah, just, don't focus in on sports, because that's hard. And if you're bad at sports and a girl goes to watch your game and you did really bad, it's not hot. Sorry. Anyways, good luck out there. Skills are sex appeal, so, hope that helped. Duh. Guys, what is wrong with me? I literally can't talk. Okay, anyways, loves it. Be a cowboy. I love you. Stay hot.